then this dot animation dot play. Oh, actually, this was for running, now that I think about it, because we're not in the dead center. So that means if we're moving, we actually want to be playing the run animation or a walk animation. If we want it to be idle, we want to go, well, if no animation is playing, so if not this dot animation that is playing, then we want to just kind of play our idle animation. So what am I doing? This dot animation dot play. Now, there was a couple of things that I had to make sure of to make sure that this kind of works right. On my skeleton and my animations, let me move this panel out of the way a little bit. I made sure that my run was only running once, otherwise it would continuously run forever and ever and ever, and so we really only want that to do the run animation when you're moving. I set the idle to loop, so once you've kicked off the idle animation, it'll always sit there and be idle. I had to set all of these basically to once, and oh, we have a dance animation. That's going to be fun. So let's go ahead and set up a nice dance animation. So what we're going to do is come back into our handle controller. We can just copy this right out of the book, and we can assign this to you. So what did it do there? I don't know where that came from. So let's assign this to you, and this is going to say, let's dance. And you know, while we're at it, let's go ahead and, what other animations do we have in here? Die. That's a good one. Let's die. Where did you go? There we go. So we'll copy this out. Let's see. We'll assign this to, why not A? And we'll say die. And I think there is a get hit. We won't do all of these. We'll just here, waiting for battle. This would be a good example because we can kind of toggle between like your idle stance and your battle stance. So what we want to do, we want to do something a little different for this. So let's make a toggle boolean. Private bool is battle stance. We'll set it to false. So here we have our idle animation. So we only want it to do idle if how are we going to do this? Okay, we'll just do a string animation equals idle, and then we'll say if we're in the battle stance, so battle stance, then we want to set the animation equal to waiting, what was it again? Waiting for battle. Ooh, I have it highlighted. Copy and paste is great sometimes. So there. Otherwise, we want to set the animation equal to, oh, well, we don't actually have to do an else because it's defaulted to idle. So then all we have to do here is put animation. and that's going to handle whether or not we're in the battle stance or not. And then all we have to do here is say, let's see, we only have one button left, so let's go Ouya Input Manager dot get button down. Let OUYA, and we're going to say this dot is battle stance if this dot animation dot is playing do I install that on my clipboard? Yeah, I do. Is playing. This doesn't look right. Why is this happening to me? Is playing. There we go. So the reason we're doing this is to make sure that we're in the battle stance before we toggle out of the battle stance. So we want to go this dot animation dot play. No, we can just set it to is battle stance equals false, and we can go if we're not in the battle stance, we want to set the battle stance as battle stance equals true. And here we should actually do like is battle stance and it's playing the battle stance. So that way we're kind of like waiting to make sure. I don't know if this, well, you know, we could actually just go like this. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so now let's actually play the animation. Oh, well, I guess we don't really have to because this is going to do it. Yeah, okay. So nice clean little toggle here so that it will switch us back and forth between the battle stances on the Y. And I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, so what we've done is we've handled pressing the OUYA buttons. You can do more buttons. If you look at the input manager, you have, you know, the left trigger, right trigger. I'm not sure why the bumpers aren't in there. Oh, sorry, that was something else. So we have left trigger, left bumper, right bumper, OUYA. Oh, and we have all the D-pads and the system button. So if you wanted to make it so that the application exits, well, let's do that one. That's a good one. How do you make the application exit? So probably wouldn't want to do it in this particular thing. You probably want to have something that's handling inputs from the scene level for this, but for right now we'll just go ahead and put it in here. So Ouya Input Manager dot get button down sys. So if our system button is pressed, we want to application dot quit. There you go.